Going over to the political part podcast, Donald Trump reacting to Zohran being elected to the DNC, or rather winning the DNC primary for the mayoral candidate in New York City, which, yeah, I awkwardly said that. Apologies. This brought to us thanks to End Wokeness. He says, quote, Trump on Zohran Mamdani, terrible for the country, he's a communist. Yep.
Someday gets elected. I can't believe that's happening. That's a terrible thing for our country, by the way. He's a communist. We're going to go to a communistic state. That's so bad for New York. But the rest of the country is revolting against it.
Yeah, but it might spread like a virus. And again, just when you think New York City can't get any worse, I'm guaranteed this guy will make it worse, Zohran. And again, he didn't win yet. The actual election is in November, but he won the Democrat primary, and it's a 2-to-1 ratio of Democrats versus Republicans in New York City. And let's be honest, are they really going to learn to vote differently in a couple months? I can't help but see a lot of parallels between places like Chicago, which has voted Democrat for almost 100 years, and every year it gets worse when it comes to crime, poverty, murders, businesses leaving because of taxation, overregulation, people leaving. Kind of like San Francisco, Minneapolis. I don't see New York changing anytime soon, although I hope they do. One of the first comments comes to us thanks to Cash Loren saying, quote, New York could not elect a communist to become the next mayor of this once great city, getting 12 likes, which, again, the odds are they will. Democrat Media TM says, quote, he's worse than a commie, gained 39 likes. And I forget what Islamic guard, what is that shirt that he wears on? I don't know the vernacular for all the trending outfits they wear. Gained 39 likes. Paul Zupa says, quote, Mariami is a jihadist too, gained 36 likes. Still Learning says, quote, calling someone a communist without context is lazy political branding. Let's debate politics, not labels. Which, again, earlier this week, actually did go into the many tweets and policies of Zohran. And yeah, they're very socialistic. It got 12 likes. Make Men Great Again says, quote, Trump called it straight. Mamdani's policies reeks of Marxism. America is not buying the red ribbon of socialism. Gained 41 likes. And you say that, but they voted for him over, he won the primary. Scrolling down more and more. The Volt has a picture of the donkey logo in the 1860s saying, quote, without slaves who will pick the crops. The new one of the DNC logo is 2020 says, quote, without illegals who will pick the crops, getting 16 likes. One of the most popular comments comes to us thanks to Solaniath saying, quote, people who express communist viewpoints can be deneutralized and deported under the Communist Control Act of 1954. Trump must deport Zohran Mamdani back to Uganda. There's a clear legal precedent for this move. Action like this are necessary to save America. That got 143 likes, which, a lot of his policies are direct antithesis of the founding fathers. 163 likes, going up like a stock. You also have mirthful moments saying, quote, Zohran Mamdani is pro-terror, pro-chaos, pro-jihad, is a communist, will defund the police, will bankrupt New York City, which that's another thing he's greatly critiqued for a couple years ago when he was all about defunding the police. He's very much a big fan of basically having no cash bail, wants to get, completely, just open up the prisons, let everyone out. That also got 14 likes. Mr. Pitbull, though I don't suspect he's an actual singer unless he has a disproportionate amount of time in his hands to tweet. He says, quote, single childless women are one of the most destructive voting blocs in the USA. Soccer mom is losing ground to the single woke female. In 2020, of the childless cat ladies who voted, 42 million, 70% of their vote went to Democrats and their vision for trans world. 8 likes or 11 likes. That's going up like a CrowdStrike stock, though. Again, not financial advice. But yeah, if you look at the voting box and who voted mostly for Trump and shifted from 2020 to 2034, yeah, liberal white women were a huge area, as well as retirees or boomers. Those are two segments where, really they went hard on Kamala Harris, which is something she's never heard in her life. Now, Isaac also says, quote, it's a real shame that the working class is voting against Mariami, but the leeches and the extremely rich are voting for Mariami, almost like only leeches and people that breadlines won't affect are going to decide how the rest of the city lives, getting 5 likes. Yeah. Well, you keep voting for free. It's one of those things where I actually do think there should be a debate on if you're not a net tax contributor, or you're not, you're only taking from the government, you're only taking from society with government handouts, do you deserve to get a vote? They're just going to keep voting for a bigger government to give them more and more free stuff from the people who do work, and they steal from the people who do work. I think that, no politician is brave enough to actually bring that topic up, left or the right, but I certainly think it's worth discussing. You had the mirthful moments saying, quote, Zohran is every woke Karen's fancy, anti-Christian, anti-Western, anti-Trump, ready to raise taxes and push child mutilation as policy. New York deserves better leadership, getting 7 likes. Mr. Pitbull says, invoke now. And he has a quote from the Communist Control Act. It says, quote, the Communist Control Act is a piece of United States federal legislation signed into law by President Dwight Eisenhower on 24th of August, 1954, which allowed the Communist Party of the United States and criminalized membership in or support for the party or communist action organizations and defined evidence to be considered by a jury determining the participation activities, planning. Drops off there. Getting 14 likes. Amelia Henderson, she says, quote, he's a foreign asset sent to destroy America's values and destabilize one of the largest cities in the world. Deport him now, getting 19 likes. Oh, let's be honest, that shitty's been, I would argue it's been pretty destabilized for a couple of years. We'll see if it gets any better, but I'm not too optimistic. Sovereign Mind says, quote, Democrats, we're not communists. Democrats define communist. Democrats, we don't hate the Constitution. Also, Democrats, okay, we'll take full-on communists and aim to destroy the U.S. Getting 14 likes. So, yeah, I think Trump's certainly got enough media power. We can get the message out there to not vote for this guy. But again, I'm just so pessimistic in terms of, is there really going to be a big Republican turnout in New York City? I'm pretty pessimistic, but let me know your thoughts in the comments, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you again, everyone, for taking the time to tune in, especially on 4th of July. And again, I want to say thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. I was going to say, any feedback is always greatly appreciated. Leave a comment, and it might take me a little while, but I always take the time to respond. Don't forget to take the time to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And as always, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, anyone, everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.